You're listening to the Rebel Without a Clue Media Network. You can find all of our shows on Apple, Spotify, and YouTube. That don't work for me, brother. Bullshitting. The Revolution Will Be Broadcast, Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon, Horny Little Book Club, Black Manifold Transmissions, The Open Heart Podcast, Mad Dogs, and coming soon to the Rebel Without a Clue Network, Tripped Out and Crazy. That's Rebel Without a Clue. Strange minds, loud hearts, no apologies. You're all invited to the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon.
We'll tear your soul apart.
Drink some of this, Michael. Be one of us. Oh! Death has come to your little town, Sheriff. You can either ignore it, or you can help me to stop it.
What's up, Murder Gang? Welcome back to another episode of the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon. I'm one of the hosts of the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon. My name is Rob.
I'm the other one, Hunter.
And I'm Brad. What up?
I hesitated for a second. I was going to come up with some pun on like Count Hunter, but it just didn't fucking work. So I bailed.
I'm Count Petruscula.
Oh, damn it. That's what I should have done. Oh, man. Yeah. So today we're going to be talking, one of our favorite directors, and frankly, one of, if not the best, vampire adaptations that's ever come out, Nosferatu. The second, obviously, sorry.
Yes.
The second Nosferatu. And we are incredibly excited about that movie. We've talked about it multiple times. We talked about it in the vampire episode. I'm sure we have talked Eggers multiple times and mentioned Nosferatu, but really excited to do a deep dive on the actual movie itself,
Yes.
in the same fun format that you've come to love with House of a Thousand Corpses and Weapons and others.
Yes. And I think last week when we were talking gothic horror specifically, it made my number one for gothic horror movies.
And it made both mine and Brad's what, number 3?
I think so.
Yeah.
It just, the movie is the definition of gothic horror.
Yes.
I mean,
100%.
everything about it. I mean, especially the cinematography and the tone. Just,
Mm-hmm.
The setting, the symbolism and the longing and
I would say the performances even.
the romanticism, absolutely. Especially the performances, absolutely. That's actually a piece we didn't talk about really last week. Is there's because you kind of have like an example that I used as my number 5 with Van Helsing, right? So like Van Helsing has the setting of the Gothic era. It has that goth horror to it. It has your vampires and your literary monsters included in it. And yet, you know it's in the 2000s because it's just a bunch of sexy people running around with pushed up boobs and ripped up abs. And it doesn't feel like it feels like it is a movie that was shot in the early 2000s.
And acting like they're in a Die Hard movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like-
So, exactly. So this is not that to
No.
both Brad and Rob. This feels period appropriate.
it's a depressing film.
Oh yeah.
Which is period appropriate.
Yeah. I was thinking about that last night as I was kind of putting together my notes of like it does such a good job of I feel like certain directors these days struggle to have multiple plot points and lines that go and then they all intersect at one kind of precipice, and they
Mhm.
Yeah.
struggle with the multiple lines to keep you compelled in all of them, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Take for example, Brad, you can back me up here. Take for example Game of Thrones, right? You got like 40 different arcs at any point in time that are going, and half of them are compelling. And the other
Yeah.
half are to
Yeah.
get you to a compelling point at some point.
At some point down the road.
It's exposition, but in a
Yeah.
long form format.
Mhm.
This movie doesn't do that. I felt like each one of these, her husband going off on his journey, her at the friend's house just
Yeah.
absolutely being ravaged in her brain and physically. Um, Especially, we talked about it last episode, but the Willem Dafoe scenes are a standout. And then
Yeah.
when it all comes together, is just chef's kiss.
Yeah, I mean,
I
he's
think
he's the best part of the movie, performance-wise.
I think
And,
so.
I mean, but hey, give Nicholas Hoult props. That dude, he is great in everything he does.
Oh, yeah, 100%. I think
He's got a
every
lot of
performance
range.
is pretty
He
killer.
does. He has a really good comedic range when he wants to.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, Renfield, right?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And,
The Great.
The Great.
Oh, yeah.
He
Yeah, yeah,
is
yeah.
spectacular in The Great.
Yeah, he is amazing, and he is amazing.
Yeah, he's one of my favorites for sure. Like, I think he's gonna be, like, the next Sam Rockwell level, like, character actor.
He could. I could see
Yeah.
it.
But we can't shit on fucking Bill Skarsgård, guys.
No!
Bill Skarsgård does I don't think that the original Nosferatu had the scare to it that I think that they intended. This
Right.
Nosferatu or Count, is it Orloff?
Yeah, Orlok.
Orlok, 'kay. Um, this Count Orlok is fucking terrifying. I anticipated it to be sort of creepy, and
Right.
then when he kinda went full ham and went back to London to go get his target, right?
Oh,
I
yeah.
thought that's when the horror would step up. Hell no. When Nicholas Holt's character goes to Orlok's castle, that's
Uh-huh.
fucking
Yeah.
terrifying, guys.
Yeah, dude.
Okay, can we just say, for the
Did
three of us,
Yeah.
it's creepy, it's that dark, you're in Transylvania or
Yeah.
whatever, and a carriage pulls up with nobody riding it or driving it, and a door opens. You getting in?
Y Brad, if I'm in San Francisco and a Tesla pulls up and asks me to get in, I'm not getting in.
Yeah,
No,
exactly.
no.
So, bad decisions were made.
Yeah, I'm
Bad decisions were made.
Yeah,
I
I'm not
actually
getting
did
in.
a post on my book account yesterday
Yeah.
of would, and I chose like a bunch of books, like horror books that I read, and it's like a little trend going on, and so it was like, would you survive this book? And
Okay.
I chose some books and decided on whether I would have survived that horror novel, and it made me think during that scene. I was like, I wouldn't have got in that. I'm good.
I'm
You
good to
know,
go.
here's the thing where I think the movie does a great job, right? Is I think that most people know you're watching a horror movie.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Everyone knows
yeah.
you're watching a horror movie, but you have that instinct of, "Oh, yeah, don't do that," right? Don't do that.
Mhm.
But what they did a great job prior to that scene is set the stakes of him being sent out that way for his job. So, like, that
That's
tension
true.
between him and Lily Rose Depp, where she's like, "Please don't go," and he feels the need to do so, and please correct me if I'm wrong, but he works for Aaron Taylor, the Frederick Harding, right?
Yes.
They're not just friends. He works for him, and like
Mhm.
that guy's like,
They're like, yeah. They're like, I want to say his friend is higher up than him. I don't
oh
know if
yes, it is. It
necessarily.
is
Yeah.
established.
Yeah. Was his dad the owner
Yes,
or the boss? Yeah,
Fredericks.
okay.
Yeah,
Yeah. That's right.
yeah. And so he sends the piss on to go out there, which I can't recall. I didn't watch it. Watched it recently, but not like last night.
The Count set it up.
The Count set it up.
Yeah.
So there is a pressure because Lila Rose Depp, they're newlyweds. Lila Rose Depp is like, no, I am not. I'm not feeling this. I've got this sense of dread about me. I don't want you to
Yeah.
do this. And you can feel that sense of tension of he really does want to accommodate his wife. He loves his wife, but at the same time, like,
It's his job.
and it's a
And it was like a
well-paying,
promise of like a massive
a
payout. Like it
massive
was gonna
payout.
set them up
Yes.
for life.
Yes. All the while, she's got a place to like, it's not like she's about to be
Yeah.
alone.
And I'm just gonna
And
I'm gonna just tell y'all this as someone who has done real estate full time and still does it part time. If you're on a team, the team lead is going to take that big account. You are not getting that one.
Yeah.
So right then
Yeah.
I'd be like, "You're giving me a multi-million-dollar deal. Why aren't you taking this deal?"
Wasn't that established though? Wasn't it
I don't remember. I don't remember
I
if that
think he
was
kind of plays it off on both that it was requested and also the length of the journey. That Aaron
I
Taylor
think so.
Johnson's character, because they're in London, I think, or
Yeah.
anyway, wherever they're at, he doesn't want to leave his family. So he's like, "Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna get my commission out of this. Like I'm an owner. I'm
Mhm.
gonna get my take out of this.
Yeah. Yeah.
You go ahead and do it because that journey's not worth it for me."
Right.
Okay, fair.
Because there are moments I like
And sets up your new family.
it does. I, please tell me your thoughts on this, but I'll be honest. In this movie, I don't think that Aaron Taylor Johnson's character is incredibly likable, which is interesting because he's a pretty charming guy.
Lately he's been playing a lot of not so likable
Yeah.
characters. He wasn't very likable in 28 Years Later.
Mm,
Yeah. Oh no, he was less than savory.
yeah, but I think that you know, and then yet at the same time, when shit goes off the rails with Lila Rose Depp, and he's just like, "Nah, this bitch has gotta go." Like, "Nope,
Yeah, dude.
not enough is enough." And then
Yeah.
when, misfortune befalls his family, that's when I mean, it's not just Nicholas Hoult and Lila Rose Depp who have misfortune fall upon them. I think he puts on an incredible acting performance after the grief that he goes through.
Well, and that whole
Yes.
scenario is set up because Nicholas Hoult and his wife hook up, and it makes the Count
Yes,
angry.
right,
He kills, yeah. So he kills his friend's wife in retaliation.
right. And then there's
Mhm.
the plague of the rats on the town.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
Well,
what
so
eventually.
let's back up just a little bit. What was he hired to do exactly? Like just assist him with moving over here?
So he was selling the estate,
Yeah.
and
Okay.
the setup is the Count was giving him the papers, which was, kind of like your title to sign off that it's sold. And when he signs it, it's actually a divorce decree between Nicholas Hoult and Lily Rose Depp
Right.
because he has to break apart their holy marriage so that
Yes.
he can then enter. So
Mhm.
it was really just a facade to trick him to sign that paper because he couldn't read it.
Mm.
So like the famous South Park human centipede episode. Don't sign things you're not going to read.
That's true.
Just general legal advice, don't do that.
Or you're going
Yeah.
to have asparagus and cuttlefish.
Yeah. But the Count is convinced that uh uh the Lily Rowe
Ellen
is
Hutter, if you will.
Yeah, Ellen.
yeah is like a past love.
Correct.
Correct. It's also, she makes, because there's the beginning scene
Yeah.
where she's younger. She is pretty much in her dream makes a pact with him because
Yes.
look, she's just kind of, it's almost like praying for a companion.
Yes.
And then in that dream is what seals that.
Yeah.
That
Her
bond.
whole
that
life
bond.
has been entangled with him. Well,
Yeah.
most of it.
Ever since that. And that's why he is so enamored and longing for her. And there's the scene where he's like, I can never love you. He's literally pulled, like, by bond, like he can't avoid it either.
Yeah. It almost feels like imprinting. Like if you
Yeah.
take the kind of werewolf lore, like an imprint where it's just it's almost not even romantic. Like he puts on
It's not.
but he still puts on a kind of romantic performance. Like it's gothic horror,
Yeah.
but like
Mhm.
it is more of a need than it is a
It's kind of like a
want.
devil at the crossroads kind of thing too.
Yeah. Which
But she unintentionally does this.
So it was that part of and we talked about this in our vampire episode, but like it's that part of vampire lore that the dream sequence, Brad, that like I
Mhm.
struggled with because I'd not like I don't know that I'd ever really read or heard or watched where there's like
Yeah.
a dream vampire that like makes
Mhm.
deals in your dreams, like that kind of
That
demonic.
I'm
that
trying to think.
that made, for me, that was a little more confusing. Like I felt like
Yeah.
they could have maybe at the beginning been a little more in your face about what she is asking and what
I
she is
think so.
unintentionally doing. Honestly, I feel like that was the only moment of the film that really almost felt like they dropped it a little.
Sure.
I can agree.
Yeah, I
Um,
agree.
because my first time watching it, I was a little confused by why is he doing this? I didn't even catch that dream was a reality. In a sense,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
Had very real life complication
for a
consequences.
lot of people,
Yeah.
a lot of people die because of that dream.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. I mean, it was almost like a dream reality, if you will. Like kind of Doctor
Yeah.
Strange Multiverse of Madness shit, where it happens
On a plane.
on a plane.
Somewhere.
Thank you. That's the word I was looking for. On a plane.
Yeah.
Like a dream plane.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's a good band name.
It is.
Real quick, did y'all know the story behind the name Nosferatu?
I
Uh
don't guess so.
I've forgotten, but yes, I did it. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's derived from the Greek word Nosophoros. I could have completely butchered that, which means bringer of disease, which the plague
Nice.
and all that. So that's kind of where that name comes in. Um, Also, another little history
Nice.
fact with this was obviously an adaptation of Dracula, but the reason the story is different and it's Nosferatu and it's not Dracula is because of copyright infringement in the
Yes.
1920s,
Yep.
and they were heavily sued
Yeah.
when
And
they made this film.
it's an unauthorized adaptation
1922.
of
Yeah,
Dracula. Yep.
yeah, it was not approved. It was, yeah, unauthorized, and the wife of Bram Stoker sued them into oblivion. They thought they destroyed all the copies, but some made it, and now it's as famous as it is nowadays.
Oh.
So the goal was, when she sued them, was to rid of every copy of that film ever made.
The original
The
19.
1922.
1922.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, because he had already passed, so she was in control of his estate.
Oh.
She, yeah, like I said, sued them into oblivion, tried to get all of it, burned away, and
Yeah.
in a term. But yeah, it just survived, and it just became this massive horror classic.
Let's pause right here if y'all don't mind, and let's talk.
Isn't there another one that Werner Herzog did?
Don't catch me lying.
Let me look. I could be tripping.
I don't know.
Yeah, Nosferatu the Vampire. He sure did, 1979.
Okay.
So this is, if y'all don't mind, this is an opportunity I want to stop real quick and do, because that was a great segue, Brad, and I had it on my notes too about the comparisons. But talking about the differences between Dracula and Orlok, because I think that while it was a copyright infringement and they wanted to make enough differences to make the two characters, copy the homework, but write it a little different. I think that those differences are obviously not subtle. And so let's talk about those differences for a bit. First of all, Dracula being portrayed usually as tall and suave,
Yeah.
depending on the property, good looking or used to be good looking, but age
Could be
kind
good
of
looking again.
could be good looking again. Thank you. Whereas Orlok usually has that rodent-like, the ears are kind of
He's more
grotesque.
demon-like rather than vampire.
I like in this one
is
that they kind of made him look like a fucking like Eastern European oligarch. You know what I mean?
well.
Yeah.
Am I correct? Is the term vampire never used in this film, correct?
Don't catch me lying, but like I don't know that I
Because he is
recall
the
it. Like
Nosferatu, not.
Yeah, I don't think that Willem Dafoe talks about the lore, but I don't think he ever uses the word.
Okay.
Yeah, because he refers to Orlok as the Nosferatu, which is the entity, the bringer of disease.
Got you.
So, but yeah, I mean, like, you're right. Those differences are not subtle. And correct me if I'm wrong, Dracula was more so more depressed, right? Because of his kind of long life and, just not love in that time. Am I wrong?
It was melancholy for sure.
Yeah.
Dracula's never been my thing, so.
Oh man, Bela Lugosi puts on a fucking show. But it is a very melancholy performance. Like, it's a sadness, whereas this is like a straight up like
Hunger.
Yes.
Absolutely. Like, it's a need to feed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And feeds
almost like a parasite.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good way of putting it. Yeah. Yeah. I also like the choice to make in almost all portrayals of Nosferatu. So the 22, the 79, and the 24 all have him grotesque. I like the first one and the second one. So 22 and 79 have him portrayed as that ghostly white, like it's just white. And then he's got the rodent-like features on his teeth and nose, and then the ears kind of look like the vampire bat,
Yeah,
like a bat. its ears. Whereas Dracula, sorry, and absolute weakness to
Yeah.
sunlight. Whereas Dracula is weakened by sunlight, but not killed by sunlight. I don't think. I mean, it depends on the portrayal
Right.
because there's a lot of
There's a lot of
Draculas, but
adaptations.
A whole lot.
in the original, I think that he's weakened.
I
Okay.
can't remember.
I'll take your word.
Um, the other thing is I love how grotesque they made this version of Orlok. It wasn't the white skin. I mean, he
Yeah,
had it,
yeah, yeah.
but it was his skin was
Yeah.
rotting. I love that. I mean, Rob, as a
His
body horror guy, I have to imagine you
no,
loved
his
it.
his look through the whole film is crazy fucked up. Like
Yeah,
I loved the decay and they really, really went for it too, makeup wise. Like it is pretty spot on.
yeah. I think didn't Nicholas Hoult keep the rotted dick?
Oh, I forgot about the
Wasn't that
rotted
his?
dick.
Did he? That's
Or
funny.
I forget what they call
Yeah.
that in show business. A fake penis. Um,
Uh-uh.
I don't know. Is it called a Tom Cruise?
no. That's funny. Sorry. That's funny. Damn it. There's a name for a prosthetic
A cod
penis. I
piece?
forget what it's called. Codpiece,
Yeah.
maybe.
I think codpiece covers it. I don't know. I don't think it's a prosthetic.
Um, yeah, anyway. I Googled it and all I can catch is stunt
Stunt
cock.
cock.
And that's the reason why I ruined your joke on Tom Cruise is because the word stunt cock popped up on my Google screen, and now I don't know that my brain will ever be able to unsee it, and my algorithm will never be the
A stunt
same.
cock is a Tom
So
Cruise.
yeah, it's the
Mhm.
definition of Tom Cruise is a stunt
Stunt cock.
cock.
Um, other stuff I really so I think and it might be a little bit early to get into this, but I feel like well, we haven't really finished the plot, but I think Nosferatu is Eggers like I think I when I watched this movie, I kept thinking like this is like a culmination of all of his work.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And it may not be my favorite of his films. I think it's pretty fucking pretty fucking clearly his best film though.
I was just going to say that. It is not my favorite of
Mm,
his films, but it is definitely his most well done.
Yes.
It is almost I would say his biggest passion project probably.
Yeah, probably.
Because
Probably.
I'm just gonna be honest, The Northman's my favorite of his.
Yeah,
okay, so do the three of us each have a different favorite Eggers film?
I think so.
Yours is Lighthouse,
For
right,
sure.
Rob? Okay, and mine's The Witch.
And see this movie I think encapsulates all of those.
Absolutely.
It does. I couldn't agree more. Couldn't agree more. I
Tone
yeah, it
wise.
absolutely does.
Because Northman is a dark movie.
Cinematically.
Mm-hmm. Now, you know, and I'm just being
Right.
honest, Werewolf might end up being my favorite. We'll see how that plays out. But do you know what he's making after that?
After Werewolf?
Yeah,
I have not read.
a sequel to Labyrinth.
Shut the fuck up.
I'm not lying.
Dude. I
Yeah.
just came in my pants.
He's writing and directing a sequel to Labyrinth.
I think I also came in your pants. What?
Holy
Yeah, man.
shit.
So, I have feelings about that as a Bowie guy, 'cause,
Yes.
like,
Yeah.
that is a, like, I don't know that I want another person to be
It's got to be a
him.
different character.
It's gotta be a different character. I'm so down to go back to that world,
Yes.
but I don't want another person to be David Bowie's character.
No, I want Eggers to make a super fucked up Labyrinth movie.
I would almost rather see Eggers do a Dark Crystal.
Yeah, almost.
Agreed. That would be what because I don't
Actually,
want him
yes.
to do.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because
I don't know if he has the. I don't know if many people have the patience to mess with Dark Crystal.
yeah. And well, because my immediate thought when you said that was like, yes, Eggers is doing Labyrinth. Then my second thought was, oh, but Bowie's in Labyrinth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yes,
Like Bowie is Labyrinth, man.
I'm just, this is one of those films where he releases this one and it's like, okay, he is officially, not that he wasn't already a staple after what only at that time, was this his fourth film?
What?
Eggers, his fourth feature?
Nosferatu?
Yeah.
It's certainly his fourth in terms of
yeah.
like big hits.
Yeah, it was 1, 2, 3. It was his fourth feature.
It's his Mount Rushmore. Let me double. I've got his.
Yeah. Well, everything prior to The Witch was shorts.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, like, okay, you have to
Correct.
Yeah,
Yes.
and you're like,
The
okay,
Witch,
this
Lighthouse.
guy's an up and comer in horror.
It's all like he has a fucking type, guys. Hansel and Gretel, The Telltale Heart, Brothers, The Witch, The Lighthouse, Northman, Nosferatu. It's all folk.
Yep.
Folk, gothic. It's
Yeah,
all that.
it's dark.
Yeah.
Everything he does. Dark.
Untitled Labyrinth sequel. That's
Everything
wild
he
shit.
does is dark, man.
And I feel like, you do The Witch, you're like, okay, this guy's an up and comer. You do The Lighthouse, and you're like, this guy's weird.
Yeah.
And then The Northman is like, is he branching out a little? But then you watch the film, you're like,
Exactly.
nah. And then Nosferatu felt like the staple. It was like, I'm here to stay.
I think so.
Because I can't get my brain off of this, I just want to quickly read the Untitled Labyrinth sequel synopsis. It's literally a sentence. A mythical princess searches for her father in a perilous labyrinth. So I'm wondering if it's like Bowie's daughter.
That would be fun.
Anyway, we can go
Yeah.
for it. I wanted to kind of set it straight. Maybe we don't have that
Okay.
worry.
Okay.
Y'all, it's Eggers. He's going to do it right.
Yeah, he is.
And
I mean, look at that lineup,
dude.
dude. He does. I mean, some people would call The Lighthouse a miss, but
They're
like,
wrong.
they're out of their mind. But look at that lineup. I think Labyrinth is going to be a banger.
Can I say that I feel like The Lighthouse didn't get the hype that it deserved due to the people just being over Twilight at the time and not realizing that Pattinson was actually an incredible actor.
I'm with you. Yeah.
Because I
But
did
it
not,
has-
and this could just be me projecting, but at the time I didn't want to watch it because like, friggin' Pattinson. And then I started seeing some of his other stuff. I'm like, okay, this dude is awesome.
Can act.
Yeah.
I mean, so yes, I think you're right, Brad, but also that isn't the only stinker that Pattinson's been
No.
in. So like, I
But it
mean,
wasn't.
I didn't particularly love Water for Elephants,
Yeah.
And so like he comes into that, but the other thing is if I'm not mistaken, that movie came out in the before A24
Took off.
really hit its stride. Like it was, if you go back, there's a lot of hidden gems in A24's repertoire
yeah.
that is like, oh no, it was cooking before it was
Mhm.
really cooking.
Yeah.
And I think that The Lighthouse is one of those. I mean, both of those. Like, are all of his films A24? I know The Witch is, and I know that The Lighthouse is. I don't know if The
The
Northman
Northman
is.
feels like one.
They all feel like
Yeah.
one.
I don't know, dude. I honestly don't know. I would venture to say yes.
Okay. Yeah.
I mean, I'm not an expert. I just talk about the stuff.
Yeah.
No, Nosferatu is not A24.
Okay.
So, speaking of Nosferatu, the movie that we're doing an episode on.
Yeah.
I thought we were doing the Labyrinth
Oh,
sequel.
my
Fuck.
bad.
Damn.
We can
Yeah.
do some
Yeah, we can do a breakdown someday. Yeah, anyway,
We'll
so
do an
about
Eggers
Nosferatu.
Day one day.
Yeah.
Yeah. So let's stop and talk. So let's go through the plot. So we've already talked about how you start us off with the dream vision that sets up the deal made between Ellen and Orlok. They are a newlywed
Yes.
couple. They Nicholas Holt's character is sent out on the journey, as Brad mentions, as a ruse. He comes back. It does not go
Well,
well.
it didn't go well. We
I'll
didn't
be right
talk
back.
about actually a lot of what happened on the island. Like he gets there and like the town folk, like all start like laughing at him and being weird. And I mean that your
Yeah,
first.
it was a real
Yeah,
creepy
and
scene.
then he
Yeah,
follows them in the night and witnesses them hunt down and stake what they consider a Nosferatu or vampire, whatever. So that was like his first, like, oh God, like what's happening in this
yeah,
place?
right,
And then we get to where we talked
right.
about the transaction. And then, correct me if I'm wrong, the next part is he starts to realize that he wakes up with bites and things like that.
Yeah, isn't he's fed on, like, it's kind of a,
He passes out.
he's attacked and then
Yeah.
isn't he attacked and then he wakes up?
He is bleeding. I think he cuts himself and then he passes out and then he wakes up and he's been fed on. So
Yeah,
then he goes to stake him, and then that's when they get in a little scuffle, and he escapes out the window and jumps in the water.
right,
And he's
yep.
injured, and then this kind of is like the ending of, oh, I don't know what we got going on here. Then we got an arc that kind of is paused for a bit because he's injured and
Yep.
he's being taken care of by this lady that finds him. And so while he's doing that, that is when the Count he gets on the ship and starts heading towards Ellen.
All while haunting her dreams and
Yes,
possessing the ever-loving
which
shit
is
out of
where
her.
we then get two stories going on simultaneously of we're introduced to the doctor, the crazy doctor,
Yep.
who is investigating why is she having these seizures, what is going on. And
She has an original doctor, right, who can't figure
correct.
it out, and then Aaron Taylor Johnson's like, "There's a guy who's on the fringe of the community because he's done some
Right.
wild shit,"
Yes.
right?
And during
Okay.
this is while the Count is on the ship feeding on all the sailors and bringing the plague upon them, and they're all just having a pretty terrible time.
Shitty time.
Pretty
Yeah,
bad time.
yeah.
So, gosh, hold on. What is his name? The doctor, I forgot already. It's a mouthful, isn't it? Hold on, I'm pulling it up. Albin Eberhard von Franz or whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
So Willem Dafoe. It's too much
yeah.
to say.
I'm not gonna call him that
Yeah,
during
Willem
this.
Dafoe.
Yeah.
Freaking wild character, which is kind of all he plays. He plays
Well, he's in 3 of 4 of Eggers'
Mhm.
films. Um, albeit very brief in the
Correct.
Northman. As the kind of
Yeah.
shaman type character. And this one was probably of the well, and I said that I actually not I've said this multiple times. I've not seen The Lighthouse yet. Still
It's
haven't. Um,
it's
man,
experience.
I know it's gonna be good. I know I'm gonna like it. I just keep forgetting to do it. Like I need to do it one of those nights where it's Friday and Laura's gone to bed and I want to watch something. I need to do that. I just keep there's other shit that pops up and we host a podcast on horror and I gotta find
Mhm.
other things, but like yeah. Yeah. So um this one is not counting that one. This is certainly his more colorful, I think, performance. It is very eccentric.
Yes.
Um
Eccentric is the word, 100%.
and yet while he is we're talking about Willem Dafoe's character, and while he is eccentric, there's also a softness
Yeah, I
about
was
him.
gonna say
He's
he is
caring.
compassion. He shows compassion and empathy, and he really wants
Yeah.
to help, while also, I think, um, rebuilding his reputation.
Yeah.
There was an opportunity to make that character the mad
Mhm.
scientist, and I think they went in a better direction of misunderstood.
Agreed.
Correct.
Yeah. So that's when the lore, he goes to him, he is unconventional. He starts talking about the occult and his studies in the occult, and that's when he talks about the Nosferatu. Um, and about that time is when the ship gets there, right?
Yeah, after he
Yeah.
Well,
discovers what is truly happening, upon all of his reading and investigating, and they capture the Count's henchman.
yes,
So that happened. They capture
yes,
him, and he eventually breaks out.
yeah. By the way, let's pause real quick, take just a step
Okay.
back, because you mentioned two arcs, Brad. The arc we haven't talked about yet is Lily Rose Depp's arc, like her having the visions, like the full on, like you've Googled it, you've seen the picture of the foam running down the mouth, the
Hmm.
shaking, the eyelids, like she goes full in on
I will
this
say
role.
this is it's her best acting performance. I think she
Sure.
still needs to work on
You didn't like her at Yoga
I
Hosers?
think she still needs to work on
Just fucking with you.
her acting with dialogue and things like that. But like I tell you what, like the way she really goes for it on the seizures and the eye rolling and all that stuff was freaking tremendous.
Oh yeah, she's a great physical
Yes.
Yes.
actor.
And I think all that stuff, I mean, it'll come. She's still an up and comer. I
Yeah,
mean, she's hit it now, but we're about to start seeing her a lot.
Oh yeah.
because she is in
I
Werewolf.
think she is in Werewolf.
Oh dang.
Oh yeah, no,
Okay.
she is.
Um, so yeah, he discovers what's going on. He's starting to figure it out. And that is when Nicholas Holt finally arrives. He finally makes it back, and she confesses what's happening. And then they hook up. And that's what sets the Count over edge. Like he
Yeah.
gets pissed off.
Yes. And that is when does he just kill the wife or doesn't the child
And kids, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah.
the kid the he is responsible for the wife, right? And the kids it's like rats or
He
something?
kills them all.
Oh, he
Yeah,
kills them all. Okay.
um,
It's been a
and
minute.
then that's where her husband, Frederick, finds her and has his incredible scene.
Yeah.
where he then also dies because he's dying of the plague.
Right.
So that was his retaliation.
That was a great scene, though.
It was a great scene. Aaron Taylor Johnson does so good with grief.
Dude, he's one of my favorites.
Current, like, I was
Like,
so disappointed that he wasn't in Bone Temple, like trying to
yeah.
save his son.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, he's great.
I can complain about that in a different pod. Different. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that
I
kind of
wish
brings
most
it
of
to
Bone Temple would have just been 28 years later.
so that brings it to the kind of head, the penultimate, the climax. Um, when and there's like a correct me if I'm wrong. There's like a timeline, right? Like there is
he
a sort of
he
they
gives
know.
her if I can't remember how many days, if it's
Let me
like
look.
2 days where Nicholas Holt, I'm pretty sure, has to die, right?
Yeah, something like that.
Or else he's gonna kill the entire town with the plague.
Right. And I think isn't it Nicholas Holt kind of comes to terms with that, but then Lila Rose Depp,
They devise a plan. She devises a secret plan with the dog.
a secret
And with
plan
this
with the
with this
yep,
plan is she wants to keep him alive. She knows her time is she has to die, pretty much.
Yeah.
She has a way to kill him, and it does not involve her husband. So she wants to get him away from the situation. So the doctor lies to him about a lead and takes him and a mob away so she can have time with the count
yeah,
and to spend the night with him until the sun rises.
right. Um, and so he shows up very oddly unsettling sex scene.
Super horned up.
Gosh, was it uncomfortable?
It was because it didn't pull any punches.
Nope.
Like he was there for ravenous, hungry sex.
Yep.
And yet, like
In his gross form.
she's and she's committed to the bit because she is doing this for
Uh-huh.
her love.
Yep. Looking like a corpse that fell out of a fucking hearse going down the highway.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah. And that's when we get to see the plague
That's
dick.
when-
And
that's
then
when we
Like a
see-
artichoke.
Nosferatu's hog.
yeah, yeah. If that's what you will call it. Proceed into the sex scene and then the sunlight. She holds him down.
Gives
And
us
then
the best shot of the film.
Agreed.
yes. The death was very interesting. I like the way that he died. It didn't give us the kind of poof dust.
Oh,
You know
yeah.
what I mean? It was very gross.
Slowly burns. And she is just dying of blood loss at this point
Right.
because he has just been feeding on her the entire time.
Yeah.
So she's dying, he's dying, and
The plague will not be happening.
It almost felt like, and I'm pretty sure this is after, but it was like the scene in Midnight Mass
Mhm.
where the vampire goes in, and I'm drawing a blank on her name, the pregnant teacher who ends up not being pregnant anymore, and when it starts to feed on her, and she holds him down and cuts his wings kind of
Yeah.
thing. It's almost like that where,
Yeah, dude.
like it is so taken by the hunger that it's not
Paying attention.
spatially aware of what's
yeah.
around it.
I
brutal.
love that depressing shot so much of where her husband shows up at the last second and she's dying and it pans above the camera does, and like his nasty dead body's laying on her while she's,
Yeah.
bleeding everywhere. It was a great shot. I mean, it's horrific, but
But it is a really good shot.
Yeah.
it really to me was artsy. It was an artsy
Yeah.
Yeah.
which that's
Yeah.
Egger.
Um, I think also, one of the and we didn't go into a super deep dive on the gothic horror episode, but I think that like in true gothic horror, it doesn't really have a happy ending.
Yeah.
Like the happy ending is that she sacrificed herself for her husband in the community, but like, I mean, his love is dead,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh,
you know.
it's a
It's
tragedy.
bittersweet.
I mean, yeah, the entire thing's a tragedy. I mean, nobody has really a happy ending except for Willem Dafoe.
Yeah.
Right, right.
He have like a little like haha tricked you moment like with Nicholas
Yeah.
Holt, and you're just like, dude,
Mhm.
like his wife's dying right now.
Yeah, man. And he can't help
He
himself.
just can't help. He's like,
Yeah, I remember there being a tonally awkward situation, but I can't remember it
yeah,
off the top of my head. But yeah, there was a like, that was a choice.
Yeah. Yeah. And if you're gonna let anybody in the film do that, Willem Dafoe,
yeah. Anytime he wants to go off
Oh,
script, you just go for it.
hammer it, buddy.
yeah. Send it home, my man. Yeah. Um, yeah. So, and that's the film. Um,
It's a good one.
I enjoyed the shit out of it. Um, I think like we've all said, it's not our favorite. It is a great one, maybe his
Maybe his
best,
best.
but not our favorite. And we say that like it's not that it's not my favorite. Like it's great. We loved it.
Yes.
Each one of us loved that
Absolutely.
movie. But I think it is the culmination, like we said, of all three of his prior
Yeah.
works slammed into one. It's like he honed his craft on
Hmm.
that one,
Mhm.
which is why I'm excited for Werewolf.
100%, dude. I think Werewolf is gonna be him blowing the fucking doors off this place.
I can't wait to even see a trailer
Yeah.
because I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure it's a fall release, and I can't wait. So just knowing that, I'm thinking around like June, we'll probably see something. Because with
Nice.
Eggers, it's going to be something that they're going to start advertising early because
Yeah.
they
And he
want to get people there.
once he starts production, he's pretty quick.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Yeah,
so we want to give it some fingers.
it is in
Go ahead.
it is in post
Oh,
production.
okay. Very cool. We want to give it some finger sandwiches.
Yeah, go for it.
I think. All right. It's a very, very, very good horror film. I'm gonna give it 4.75 finger sandwiches just because I'm with Brad. Parts of it are a little bit confusing.
Yeah,
And that's really it. Like, even for a film that runs as long as it runs, it doesn't feel too long to me or anything like that. Like, everything feels pretty earned. It's just a little bit confusing on the rules.
I also give it 4 3/4 sandwiches.
Nice.
Yep, yep. I give it the same rating. You know, um, I think it is a beautiful cinematically shot. Like it's wild that a movie can be grotesque and beautiful at the same time, and yet he
He
accomplishes
does
that.
it.
I mean, I'll give it a 4 flat, which might sound terrible, but it's really not. It's a
Yeah.
fantastic film. I loved it. Same issues as Rob's saying, but also, I mean, I said it on last week. Gothic horror is not my favorite,
Fair
and
enough.
so that doesn't take away this film. I could rate it a 5 out of 5 in many aspects of cinematography and things like that. So
Willem Dafoe's
yeah,
performance.
Right.
so like there are, and that's just a personal thing. It's not has nothing to do with how great the film is.
Yeah,
It's just a
for sure.
preference. Like
For sure.
there are
Yeah.
horror movies out there that I'm like, I love these movies so much more than Nosferatu.
For sure. For sure.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
100%.
Yeah, I mean, great film.
Good scores.
Yeah, and I knew it would be. Like this is
Yeah,
a movie
absolutely.
that I expected anybody to give less than a 4.
Yeah, exactly. I thought we might get our first 5s, but
No, I think
we're still waiting.
we know some of my 5s. We hadn't
They're
reviewed
still out
those.
there. The elusive
I
5.
think we're reviewing a 5 fairly soon that we talked about, but for me, a
I
5.
mean, not to spoil it or anything, but
I
yeah, it's
mean,
probably gonna be a 5.
listen, it could be any of the movies we're about to review.
Yeah, no doubt.
I will say we've been let's see, House of a Thousand Corpses, that was what, like 3s and 4s?
It was in the
Yes.
3s.
Okay.
Maybe I should
I
adjust my
think
scale some.
I think at some point we need to do our fans some justice and watch some fucking stinkers.
All
No,
right.
we do need to watch some stinkers.
I mean, we need some horror films that hurt
Or
us.
we need
You
to
know what I
watch
mean?
some that you love, I hate, like, has some heart here.
Like The Craft. Like The
Yeah.
Craft.
I don't love The Craft.
Who
Or
loves
oh wait,
crap?
no, you're talking about not The Craft, I'm sorry.
Practical Magic.
Practical
Practical
Magic.
Magic. Hey,
Horror
listen,
film.
I'm way fucking down for Practical Magic. That would be a great review, I think.
Or what if we did like something just super off the wall? Like I still want to do a crossover episode with Big Love where we watch a horror movie that features a wrestler.
Yeah, Rowdy
Mhm.
Piper. Yeah. They Live, right?
They Live would be great, or there's a ton of B movies if we want to stick with shitty movies.
Oh, that's
Yeah.
easy.
And then Brad Jordan was a guest host for the Weapons episode, and he's a part of a podcast that's coming back in June, and they do comic books and stuff like that. And I think we may do a crossover with them for Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness.
Yeah.
Get you some Sam Raimi. It's got some horror moments for
Question then,
sure.
since I wasn't a part of that episode and it hasn't aired yet,
Mm-mm.
and by the time this one airs, that one will have aired.
Yes.
Did it get any less than 4s?
No.
No,
Nice.
it was 4s
Nice.
across.
Across the
I
board.
think it was 4s and 4 and a
Yeah.
I
half.
think mine would be a 4.
I think it was 4s and 4s and a
Yeah.
half.
Yep. I think me and you maybe gave it 4.5, and Jordan
I'd
gave
say
it
4
4.
flat for me. Great film.
Yeah.
It's a good one.
Real quick,
What's up?
you want me to talk about a book?
Yeah.
I am reading another Brahm book because Brahm's awesome.
Yeah. He is.
So I'm reading Evil in Me by Brahm, which is
I've got that on my bookshelf.
and you haven't read it yet, correct?
No.
All right, so it's about this girl named Ruby. That's a musician. Like aspiring. She's not like big or anything. And her mom's died, or her dad died, and her mom's terrible because she also is messed up by it. And she's got these terrible new husband and all this. Anyways, daughter's got in trouble. She had to do community service. But she also helps like this neighbor who is this guy who keeps these relics. But what he's doing is he's actually protecting them from getting into the wrong hands. And this ancient ring that she starts messing with while he's, I think, asleep, he dozes off or something. He's really old man. And it like clamps onto her, and it's a possessed ring with this spirit of a demon that starts trying to release itself, like it's trapped.
Oh,
And
that sounds
so
cool.
with the help of the doctor, they start heading out of town, and he's trying to help her release this, get this demon contained. And while she's also being possessed by one of the demon's slaves who is also trying to get away from the demon. So it's pretty cool so far. I'm not super far into it, but music's going to play a big part of
Awesome.
how the day is saved. But
Yeah.
as with all of Brahms' novels, it has sweet artwork.
Yes.
Probably his best cover art.
100%.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous
Yeah.
cover.
That's the reason I snagged it, was the cover.
Yeah.
And
Oh
Brahm.
man. And I just I'm gonna eventually have read all his novels.
Yeah.
I just pulled up while you were talking. I actually didn't know that he had that one, and I pulled up his works.
He's quite a bit of stuff.
Brad, have you read
Not
Lost
yet.
Gods?
It's gonna be the
Jesus, this thing looks
it's gonna be the
incredible.
next one.
It's a dark fantasy novel about a man named Chet who is murdered and descends into a nightmarish purgatory to save his pregnant wife and unborn child from ancient evil.
Sounds dope.
The story is mythic odyssey blending horror, mythology, and adventure. I mean, sign me the fuck up. The art on the old gods are just incredible. And then the second one, 2001 book, The Child Thief, which is a dark adult fantasy retelling of the Peter Pan
Mhm.
story,
I've heard of that.
blending it with Arthurian legend and Celtic mythology, featuring a grim Neverland called Avalon, where Peter leads a band of abused lost children in a war against a monstrous flesh
Yeah.
eater. That's what Brahm is. I mean, dude, Brahm's up there for me.
Brahm's
Like, he's
dope.
up there.
He's awesome. So
I'm
far,
I'm
he hasn't
Go
let
ahead.
me down.
I'm finishing a book by John Horner Jacobs. The book Southern Gods. And it's fucking creepy, dude. You read his other one, right, Brad?
Yes, and I dug it.
This one is creepy, man. It's about this
Oh, that's in my list. That's in my my Audible bucket.
awesome. I suggest it. It's about this cop who is investigating a murder that ends up linking him to this blues artist in the South, in Mississippi, and anyway. And this blues artist, John Hastor, is mysterious. People say he made a pact with the devil, stuff like that. Like, you can only get his records from like pirated people, or they play his music on pirate stations, that kind of stuff. And it's fucking crazy. I don't want to ruin it too much, but his music makes people do stuff.
That's cool, dude. I love that. I love anything that uses music as a weapon,
Yeah.
A weapon.
And
whether
it's
intentional or
rad.
unintentional.
And a lot of the book takes place, like, they mention Lone Oak. They mention
No.
like
The
at
greatest
one point
town in
the book.
America?
Yeah. Well, hold on now, because at one point in the book, he spends a couple of days in Stuttgart at the Royal Oak Inn.
What?
Mm-hmm.
I have to
Been
buy
there.
it just because Lone Oak's mentioned.
It's good, dude. It's good.
Does he mention Pine Bluff at all?
Yes.
Yes. Yes.
Hell yeah, we got a trifecta, baby.
Yeah. He said Pine Bluff, stay away.
Yeah.
Also
He didn't
smells
go
like
there,
crap.
He just mentioned it.
No, it's a part where he's at a diner complaining about this murder he has to investigate, and then a cop from Pine Bluff goes, "One murder."
I mean, Pine Bluff was different in the 70s, though.
Right.
My only true issue is Pine Bluff is it smells like crap because of the paper mill.
Yeah, that's only in one part of
Nah,
town.
dude, you smell it before you even make it to town.
Yeah. Where can they find you, Brad?
Oh man, Brad's Unreliable Reviews.
Pine
Not
Bluff.
Pine Bluff. You won't catch me in Pine Bluff. You occasionally
All right.
review one of
Brad's Unreliable Reviews. Fantastic.
Instagram. Hit them up.
Yeah.
If you like listening to the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon, do us a favor. Check out the other shows on the network. We are the Rebel Without a Clue podcast network. Our website is www.rebelwoaclue.com. You can find our podcast on Spotify, Apple, and YouTube most of the time. That is the Black Manifold Transmissions, the Slumber Party Massacre Luncheon, the Horny Little Book Club, the Revolution Will Be Broadcast, Bullshitting, and That Don't Work for Me, Brother. Oh, and Mad Dogs. Also, do me a favor, get on Facebook, check out Midnight Mass with Reverend Rott and Brother Herman Innards. We have a live show coming up at Birdie's May 9th. I'm going to be doing the movie Wishmaster.
Ooh.
Yeah, it should be a good time. Also, be on the lookout for a show I'm going to be doing at Birdie's during happy hour that should start 4/21. Come on out, have some drinks, have some laughs. Also, if you need your yard mowed, holler at your boy. You can find that on Facebook, One Dude Mowing. I think that's all the hustles.
And if you need a prostate exam, call Hunter.
I'll put a finger in.
Yeah. So until next week. Actually, if you want to get in touch with us, if you have suggestions for movies we should watch, if you have suggestions for genres we should cover, you can email us at theblackmanifold@gmail.com. That's theblackmanifold@gmail.com.
I want y'all to tell me what to watch. Because then I
Yes.
don't have to, that's something else I don't have to do.
Exactly.
I don't have
Tell
to
us
think
what
about
to
it.
watch. Tell us, please. If you listen, thank you so much. Until next week, be sure to look over your shoulder for the boss. Be sure to look under the bed for the monster and over your shoulder for the boss. The luncheon is over.
Drink some of this, Michael. Be one of us.